Hi, this is Zak Mir with the Bulletin Board Heroes here at Zaks Traders Cafe. It is Friday the 21st of February. Starting off with the FTSE 100, which had its little pullback. It's bounced off that uptrend line from last month, so call that the 86.50 level. Above that, we're looking for the market to move back up to the record high is 88.20 and then up to as high as 9,000 by the end of next month. Obviously, if we do break that January line, then we've got the risk of a deeper dive down towards the 50-day moving average area. But this stage, with the RSI above neutral 50 at 55, maybe give the benefit of the doubt to a resumption of the breakout that we had last month. Moving on to the DAX, and here, market also looking for support. Here it hopefully will be the, well, it could be the gap floor there around 22,200, or the floor of the channel there from back in November at just above 22,000. Still in that rising trend channel for, or towards 23,700. Might be a bit steep actually, I suppose, but that kind of area towards 24,000 is what we're looking for while we're above 22,000. The Dow is next, and here the situation is that we're in that area between the 50-day moving average 43,700 and that January resistance line 44,800. We were hoping that we would bounce at or above the 50-day line, which still looks possible, although it looks a little bit more ominous in terms of being a double top with the November-December highs at 45,000, that we might have to go not only to the 50-day line, but a bit lower, maybe towards 43,000. But let's see how we go to end the week. Moving on to Bitcoin, which was also consolidating, in this case in the narrow range between basically 93,000 and the 50-day line at 99,000, looking for an end-of-day close through 99 to give us a return to the all-time highs around 109. The extra sizzle at the moment is that the RSI has gone back above neutral 50, and that 50-day line is now clearly rising, which should provide upward momentum for this market, but probably better to wait for the market to break through that 50-day line first, but get it before getting too excited. On to gold, and this has been the highlight of the recent past. We've stayed above the 2870 support zone from earlier this month, 2880 I suppose, and heading towards the top of that rising trend channel from April as high as 3,000, which is a magic number. Hopefully we'll do that by or before the end of this month, and maybe look for maybe a fresh target after that. Moving on to the stocks, and starting off with Arkle. Here you can see that we're in this broadening triangle, although we've got the 50 and 200-day lines rising. We've developed a little bull flag there above 0.3 pence, or at 0.3 pence, and looking for up to 0.55 or 0.57 by the end of next month. I'm not quite sure what would do that, but looks as though that could actually happen. Onto the Aquis market and Ananda Developments, where I believe the CEO is travelling today to some event to present. Here we've got a rising trend channel that's been in place since the end of 2023. Top of the channel there up to 0.63, which we're looking for by the end of next month, while we remain above the 50-day line at 0.46. We already had a golden cross buy signal back in December, and we've had the RSI bouncing above neutral 50, so this looks as though the shares are limbering up for a decent move, maybe 0.8 pence by the end of the spring. Onto a stock which doesn't get much coverage, probably because nobody's actually heard of it, but here we have capAI, and here rising trend channel base, a little bit of selling coming in whenever there's a bit of strength there, but top of the channel there at 007, and looking for that while we remain above 0.03 and the 50 and 200-day moving averages, which are both rising at the moment, so that is the plus point there. Haven't looked to the next stock for quite a while, Critical Mineral, and here really long extended base here for this stock. It's been the best part of the year, which is amazing, taking up the slack, I suppose, of people, the weak hands there, but we're looking for 2 pence here, hopefully by the end of next month or even sooner. And you can see that the 50 and 200-day lines are rising, so it's been a good week for the shares. 2.6 pence could be done by the end of next month if we can get a quick result on 2 pence on the top of that initial channel. On to Eurasia, which has been rebounding after the rug pull that we had from 7p. Good place that's found support at a good place. Basically, the old September resistance here around 3.5p. Above 3.5p, we're looking for the shares to return to 6 or 7p. Best case here was that, or is that, we could get up to 8p while we're above 4p on that situation, which was basically the previous call. On to EQ Tech, and here rocky ride is what we've had for most of the recent past, but it looks as though the shares are trying to make some progress. We've broken above the 50-day line now at 0.5p for the first time since September, and looking for the stock to head up towards the 0.8, 0.9p area, the area of the 200-day moving average over the next, well, I suppose by the end of next month. Ideally, we stay above that 50-day line, 0.5p in the meantime. On to Ferrexpo, which gets the price of being the most horrible charting situation around. We had a rug pull and then a rebound and another rug pull. Basically, what's interesting at the moment is that we bounced above the 200-day line at 65p. There is resistance with the old support there towards 90p, so we're basically looking for the same trade that we had last time above the 50-day line, looking for 90p, and then etc. So let's see what happens there. But horrible rug pull. To have another rug pull there when it looked like there was going to be a breakout is quite amazing. On to Huddled, and here broken through the 200-day line at 3p, still looking for 3.8p perhaps by the end of next month, especially while we're above the 50-day line at 2.8p. On to a stock which has got a fantastic chart, and it is Mobile Streams, not the Mosaic company. Here you'll see that we've got this sharply rising, very steep rising trend channel there from back in August. We've tracked the shares from the lows, from below 0.1, and obviously deserve a medal of some kind. Current situation is that the top of the channel there is heading for 0.7p. We're looking for that by the end of next month, while we remain above the floor of the channel, and recent resistance at 0.45. But as I said, what a chart on Mobile Streams after all those years of waiting. Another stock on the Aquis market is Probiotix, and here we've hit our first target there at 11p. Looking for a new target now at 22p, which I think will be very pleasing for those who had to suffer the fall in the shares and then the controversy that we had surrounding the company in the latter part of last year. But it looks as though we're above resistance, and as I said, hit our first target there and are threatening much more. Moving along to Upland, where for the last 2 weeks the shares have looked as though something's stirring and bubbling there. And here we already had the shares breaking through a rising 50-day line. We've just about, well, nearly hit our target line there again at 1.55p. End of day close above that, we're looking for 2.2p by the end of next month. Ideally, we'd stay above the 1.35 now, the initial February resistance. Finishing off with Zenith, where again we're waiting for something hopefully rather good to happen. Here we've got a rising trend channel there. There was stock options awards today for all the people at the company, or most of the people at the company, I presume. Rising trend channel here, 14p, the top of the channel, and looking for that while we remain above the floor of the channel at 8p. So looking quite chirpy there. That's it for me today. More updates over the weekend.